Welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. We're fishing in Sturgeon Bay at Sand Bay Beach Resort with our good friend Dale Stroschein.
These fish are all in our harbors.
Close to 14 there.
Are you having fun?
I'm having a blast.
Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters.
Yes, folks, there is not a more beautiful place to be in late summer, early fall than Door County, especially the Sturgeon Bay area. And when I come up here, as you know, folks, my favorite place to stay is Sand Bay Beach Resort, which is right on the water with a gorgeous sand beach. But I come up here for the fishing, and I'll tell you what, it is fabulous late summer and fall, isn't it?
Yeah, John, to be quite honest with you, it's great the entire season, but they all have their ups and downs. And the great thing about what we're coming into now, this fall pattern, especially for the smallmouth, for me, is everybody gets out in the woods and they're out hunting. So I've got the place to myself, number one. And secondly, this backdrop here is going to blow up with oranges and reds and yellows here real soon. And when it gets like that, you don't even have to catch a fish to enjoy the day.
Hey folks, we'll show what we're using and how we're using it. All of that coming up right after this.
Use a polar trailer or cart to check off your to-dos easily and quickly. All polar trailers and carts are built to last and come with a 5-year warranty. Polar trailers and carts are built for projects, no matter what you have to get done. These trailers and carts can withstand anything when you put them to the test. They are built strong. Polar trailers and carts, built for lawn, garden, farm, and field to help you get all your outside projects done.
I'll tell you what, folks, I've been a proud user of Amsoil for many years, and us sportsmen a lot of times not only have a truck, but a boat, an ATV, a snowmobile. And how do you figure out which Amsoil product to use in each machine?
Yeah, that can be a challenge sometimes. And we make it easy. We've got a lookup guide. You just go to amsoil.com. You put in your vehicle, whatever it may be, whether it's a boat, a wheeler, a truck, a trailer, whatever. You pick out your product. It tells you how much and which product to put in. Real simple.
And one thing I want to mention too, Amsoil does a ton of research before you even put the product on the market. You make sure that it's the best.
That's correct. It's years in the making for a product to launch. There's a ton of research and development to make sure that it's going to protect like it's supposed to.
And folks, to find the Amsoil you want, go to amsoil.com. Hey, welcome back, folks. As we talked about up in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin and Door County, hunting for big smallmouth. And I think this is 31 years that you and I have fished smallmouth together. That's a long time. And we've seen baits change over the years. We used to use rattle traps. We used to use spinner baits. Now we're going to a more of a finesse presentation. And I've got this little Kalen's kind of, what would you call that?
Well, I think it's a very similar to the Ned style baits,
right.
Where there's a small piece of plastic like that. And for some reason, it looks a little bit like a hellgrammite kind of thing. It's got some little tentacles on it. But, these fish, they really love that stuff. And the one thing I will tell the viewer is this. The one thing I've learned over my career, John, if you want to take always the biggest fish consistently, you've got to go finesse.
And we got some nice guests with us today. We've got Chris McGillis and McGillis Weimer, and Blake is here. We'll catch some smallies, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hey, there we go, Dale. I'll tell you what, we got a little bit of a breeze. Maybe that's going to help us. Can you, decent fish?
Yeah, it's not bad, John.
And I'll tell you, folks, bites have been few and far between today with this calm conditions.
Yeah, man, I just would have never expected this.
But he hit on the drop, huh?
Yeah, I hit it on the drop, which tells me that's an aggressive bite. There we go.
And usually on the drop, that means there's more fish around too, right?
Yes.
Okay, there's our start, Dale. We got 3 now, buddy. I got to mention, McGillis just lost a big walleye, and you're hooked up in pretty much the same area, right, Dale?
Yeah, pretty much, John.
And this is weeds here?
Yeah, it's all some weed near rock.
Come on, guys.
Got got it.
Oh, look at the size of that smallmouth bass, Dale Stroschein.
There's a good one, John.
That is a Slobosaurus, my friend.
I'll tell you what, we
Look
needed
at that fish.
We needed that bad.
Oh, what is that about?
Yeah, that's a good solid 4, John. Yeah, it's a solid 4.
It is kind of interesting. You know, we moved into these weeds, and you said if you hit a weed, pull the bait off it, huh? And that's a lot of times triggers a strike.
That's true. But we saw this one bust.
Yeah.
So I immediately got on the bow mount, went over there, and threw at it twice. And it's exactly what happened though. On the second cast, I got hooked in weeds. I pulled out, and I felt the tick, and that was him.
Beautiful fish, Dale. That is gorgeous, buddy. Nice job.
Yeah, thank you.
Stroschein again. The same size, you think?
He seemed pretty decent, John.
And what's that one on?
Ned. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's respectable.
Yeah, we are trying all different kinds of baits today, folks, because the bite, like we said, has been kind of tough. There we go. Good net job there, Chris McGillis. All right. No, Dale, and you know, on a day like today, it does pay to try everything in your arsenal, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
And you've been throwing everything, wackies, surface baits, the whole shebang, right?
We've thrown a lot of different baits today, John, that's for sure. And, we've had a lot of weather, and I've said this all along. Consistency in weather is always going to play to the angler's advantage.
Right.
When you get such inconsistency like we do, the fish just get, disorientated, and it takes them a little while to come back around.
Well, 6-foot waves to calm is quite a difference. Yeah. And we got tomorrow, too, right?
Yes.
Very next cast?
Pretty much, John.
Oh, maybe we're on him here.
Well, he's coming at the boat now.
And they'll do that. They'll charge,
Yeah,
huh?
they'll charge the boat boy. You got to stay with him. I think he's a little better one.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely a better one. I'm really horsing him now. I don't like that.
I'm amazed how they'll just dig like that when they get close to the boat.
Oh.
I mean, that is amazing. And
we got him, John.
Nice fish, nice fish. Now, you said there was one following him, Dale?
Yeah, he definitely had a follower. He had a trailer.
Breaking news from Fleet Farm. Check out this deal. Northland eye candy soft plastics are on sale for just $5.
Well, folks, day 2 up here in beautiful Sturgeon Bay. And Dale, kind of interesting. We got some fog on the water this morning. Does that hurt the fishing at all?
What happens when you get fog, you're cutting down on light penetration. And so when you throw out a cast, your distance away that the fish is going to be cut down significantly, so where they can see it coming in to react. So it could, but I'm not really concerned. I think it'll burn off, and we're going to have a good day.
Well, that fog burned off, and I'll tell you what, maybe the bite is starting here, Blake.
Man, these bass fight like crazy.
Is that a nice one?
I don't know, but regardless, it's so much fun.
Oh, not too bad. Let's see. Not too bad. Oh, but it is interesting. You know, we had to kind of wait until that fog burned off, and Dale was right. They can see the bait better with the clear blue sky.
Absolutely, and that was on the Kalen's Wacko worm.
And were you fishing on the bottom?
Yeah. Fish on.
All right, Blake, that's 2 in a row for you.
Yep.
Let's see, you need a little bit bigger, I hope?
I hope so.
And that was on?
The Ned rig, right?
Yeah, Ned.
Yeah.
Ned.
And you're doing a good job with that Ned rig. Here he comes.
You got to be very slow on the bottom with the Ned rig.
Good one, Dale?
Nice. We'll take them.
Yeah, we'll take them.
Hey, you know what? A good friend of mine, John, once said, big or small, I love them all.
Yes,
Yeah,
I like
so
that
true.
one.
But you worked that really slow, huh, Blake?
Yes, wait till it goes to the bottom and do one little crank back to the bottom, crank. And Dale said don't bring it all the way to the boat because usually it's the first or third crank, right?
Yeah.
We were fishing Door County out of Sand Bay Beach Resort, a 2.5-hour drive from Milwaukee, 3.5 hours from Chicago, and 4 hours from Minneapolis.
Folks, you can enter to win a Yamaha rear rack storage bag, a $270 value. Head over to GillespieFishing.com to enter. We'll be giving one away each week until Yamaha tells us to stop. Good luck, everyone.
If you are a spring walleye fisherman, grab some of these. They're an incredible bait. Kalins, rattling Google Eye, hair jigs. Right there, Ryan. Ooh, that one pounded it. Wow, dude, that is my first cast. Beautiful walleye right there on the hair, man. Perky, lively, smacking hair jigs. Doesn't get much better, does it? Big, fat, chunky spring walleyes.
Out here, it takes a certain type. The type who's always the first one out. The type who knows deep down everyone else is just fishing for second. Enter the Apex Series. See more fish. Seize more victories. Settle for nothing less. With unrivaled clarity, it's the top fish finder for the most demanding type of angler. Only from Humminbird.
Folks, I've relied on Johnson Pump products for many years, and now they're even better. Check out the new Aqua Void Bilge and the Aqua O2 Aerator.
The best advantage with the new products is no tools necessary to replace your motor cartridge. Quick watertight connector and the same easy change cartridge. With the new motor cartridges, we have a high efficiency impeller and a low amp draw motor. To the angler, they're gonna have faster fill of their live wells, and they're gonna have better aeration along with a faster evacuation of their bilge. This pump will fit on any boat. It has a multi-configuration inlet port as well as a 360 rotation outlet port.
Johnson Pump, reliability on board. Hey Dale, fish on in the back. Here we go, buddy. A blind squirrel can catch a nut once in a while. And I just switched baits too, folks. This feels like a decent fish, Dale. He's staying down pretty good. I'm gonna need the net, one of you guys.
I just lost a big one.
Did you?
Oh,
okay. Yeah. Here he comes.
Oh, it's a big one.
Is it? Okay. Oh my gosh. Hey, I'll tell you what, I don't catch many.
A big one.
But that is a slob. Isn't that a beautiful fish?
Yeah.
And are that size uncommon up here when you get into this time of year?
Not at all.
Isn't that a beauty,
It's more
buddy?
common than uncommon.
Yeah, that was fun.
So.
And the D battle, that's 3.5, 4, isn't it?
Oh yeah, he's over 4.
Yeah. Hey, McGillis.
Hey.
Right after my big one, you're tangling with something down there.
Yep, it's a fighter, John.
Well, boy, sure bending that rod.
Big smallmouth. Big smallmouth.
Big smallmouth?
Yep.
All right. Oh, yeah, that's a beautiful fish. There you go, Chris.
Look at that one, John.
Hey, you know, I'll tell you what, Chris. You're in love with this Door County, Sturgeon Bay area, aren't you?
I love it up here, John. It's so
Hold that up,
pretty.
nice.
Look at this thing.
Yeah. And look at the belly on that.
On the Ned rig.
But you've been coming up here on your own for a long time.
Yeah. I've been coming up here a long time and just love it up here. The scenery, the variety of fish, and you got the lunkers.
Yeah. I mean, look at the width on that fish. I mean, that, and the nice bronze back. You know, years ago, I think, what magazine was that, Dale? Do you remember?
It was Bassmasters. They rated us the top 100. Out of the top 100 lakes in the country,
is one of the
we were
top
number one.
To fish smallmouth.
I can see why.
Yeah.
Fish on!
All right, Blakey. And we're in the middle of the day, the toughest fishing period supposedly. And what was that on?
I'm still using the Ned rig.
You're still using the Ned. And it's so, how was that bite?
Just wait.
Just wait,
but
like Dale
this fish
said?
is staying down.
Is it? All right. Good job.
It's a big one.
Oh, it is a big one. It is a big one, Blake. Okay, be careful here, sweetie. That is a beautiful fish, Blake Gillespie.
Nice.
Nice
Now that
fish.
you're married, I can't say Blake Gillespie anymore?
No, I'm Blake Rowan now, I guess.
Well, say hi to Mitch.
Hi, Mitchell. I love you. That's a beautiful fish.
You know, when Blake and I come up here, this is one of her favorite days of the year, Dale, is to fish with you up there in the front of the boat. Isn't it, Blake?
Oh my gosh, yep.
Nice job.
We have been casting ever since we got in the boat, Dale and I in the front. We've been working hard, and I think I deserve that fish today.
Well, you
deserve that fish.
Along with all of us deserve another one like
that's
this, man.
very
It's just
true.
been crazy. Just so you understand what's happened, we had some really extreme weather for the last last few days here, west-northwest, 4 to 6 foot waves, severe cold front, temperatures drop down in the low 60s. Now it's just completely reversed. And as I always said, consistency in weather is what makes for better fishing. This inconsistent weather like this is why we've lost some really big fish today and yesterday, and it's just been very frustrating.
The 3 big ones we caught today, those are all for folks watching the show. They haven't caught a fish that big. And
well, this is a giant fish. I mean, this is a nice.
Absolutely.
This is a big smallmouth anywhere in the country.
How big is that, Blake?
I don't know.
So
How big
I'm going to guess he's over 4.
Hey, Blake, I'll tell you what, the last year or two, you've really gotten this Ned rig down, you know, how to fish it. And it is painfully slow, but the rewards are great. So why don't you show us your retrieve with this?
So you want to try to cast out as far as you can to obviously cover water. Once that line goes slack, you know it's on the bottom. You do a very slow turn, let it go slack again, and if you feel weight, that's usually a fish, and that's when you should set the hook.
Does it take practice to tell what a bite's like?
Kind of, but I have a good teacher. It's now time to announce this week's winners of the Fleet Farm, John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2024 Fishing Contest. This week's first winner is Mark Kashik of Burlington, Wisconsin, caught this 43.5-inch northern pike on Eagle Lake using a jig and minnow. Ken Sawalski of New Berlin, Wisconsin, caught this 41-inch king salmon on Lake Michigan using a fly. Aaron Williams of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, caught this 16-inch crappie on a private pond using a minnow. Grant Roanhouse of Silver Lake, Wisconsin, caught this 24-inch smallmouth bass on Green Bay using a chopper. And this week's first kid winner is Tristan Drabaka of West Bend, Wisconsin, caught this 22.25-inch largemouth bass on Papa Lake using a shiner. And Audrey Stemp of Fishers, Indiana, caught this 20-inch largemouth bass on a local pond using live bait. Each week, I shop online at fleetfarm.com to check out the latest deals. This week, select Northland spinnerbaits are on sale for just $3.99. And attention perch anglers, Fleet Farm has butterworms in stock as well as a full selection of live bait.
When you're meeting with a client, it's so important that you're present with them and you're listening. I've heard lawyers say your job as a trial lawyer is to read the law, understand the law, make the argument. You can't get emotionally connected with your client. I completely disagree with that. In order to tell your client's story, you want to learn what's important to them. Sit down and have a meal together. Learn about their family. Learn about their history. Learn about where they're from. You have to emotionally connect with them. It's their story. It's not ours. And the only way to do that in an effective way is to truly care, to truly connect, and listen.
Oh, you got a little upset because Blake was catching fish there.
Big one.
Is it a big one? Okay, buddy. And again, when you get these big ones on, Dale, you take your time, huh?
Yeah, you know, there's the only thing you can do wrong is get your rod too low.
Get him, Blake?
Yeah, okay.
Nice job, Blake and Dale. Beautiful. Small. Look at the gut on this small. Wait till you see the stomach on this fish.
Oh my God!
That's gorgeous, Dale. But just to finish what you're saying, in other words, let the rod do the work, right?
Yes, you gotta let. And here's another thing I'm going to show you. This fish is not mortally hooked, but they stress in this warm water. This is stress, okay? So you've got to get them back in quick. So we're not going to do much on this. I'm going to get them unhooked. Let's get a picture and let's get them back in, Ryan.
Hey, here we go. Now I got one on Dale in the back here. Of course, I had to follow your instructions to get bit. Ooh, this one feels pretty good. Whoa, that is a big fish. He just came out of the water. Does that scare you when they jump? Yeah.
Yeah, it always does.
Whoa.
They're getting a little back to the norm now.
Yeah,
I mean,
no kidding.
I mean, we as you saw earlier, you know, I was a little down.
Oh, here he is.
Yeah.
Is he big, Dale?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That is a giant slobbo bobbo.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, one more turn. Oh, Dale Stroschein. Do I love this, buddy? And you know what really is interesting? Of course, following instructions from you and Blake pays off. But what's really interesting is I pulled that off of a weed, Dale.
Yep.
And as soon as I popped that off of a weed, that fish hit. Here, I'll sit down so you can show the folks. That is a solid fish, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really, really nice. I mean, again, you know, I mean, we get a little spoiled sometimes with some of these fisheries, but regardless, John, don't let anybody ever tell you that 3 pounds is not a big smallmouth.
That's a gorgeous
fish.
3
pounds are, I think, a really big smallmouth. And, you know, people fish a lifetime and don't see fish of this size, even this size, you know.
Like I said, buddy, this has turned into an awesome day of fishing. And I can't tell people enough how cool this smallmouth fishery is up here, because it is one of the best in the world.
Nice fish, guys.
Okay. And nice net job by Blake-aroo. That's not a bad smallmouth, Dale.
No.
Come on, you get so spoiled putting those 4-pounders in the boat.
Well, yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
So, again, folks come out with you. You've got all the best equipment, which I love, and everything is set to go. And, again, getting up here in October is a special deal, too, isn't it, with all the colors?
Yes, it is.
We should tell the folks how hot it is right now, and still,
big
and
fish,
these
Chris.
Bass are still biting. That is incredible.
It's insane. This is a good one, John.
Is it really?
Yep.
Chris,
Pretty
have you
nice
had a
one.
good time, my friend?
Oh, it's a great day, man. So good.
Look at that. Nice.
Yeah,
Another good
seriously,
fish.
you know, about 4 hours ago, folks, we were all down on the dumps, and Dale said, "Now I got a ton of spots, and we'll find them somewhere." And Chris, he showed us, didn't he?
He did. Hey, he put on a clinic today. Him and Blake. I was sitting there back there, we were laughing, joking. They were catching fish after fish. It was a great day.
Now, you did it, Dale. Now, that one came back, what, 3 times?
Yeah, so that's what I tell you. You guys got to stay with them because they'll come right back.
So boom, boom,
Yeah,
nothing, boom, boom,
I had
nothing,
him.
and the 3rd time.
Yeah, I had him, and then I
Here he is.
yeah, he's ooh. Come on, bud. You're getting down in all that weeds, John.
No, that was something, folks. That fish hit 3 times before Dale. Oh, is that a beauty, Dale? But that fish hit 3 times, and Ryan, the photographer, jumped up when you said it the first time, and he said, "Oh, he's back." And then the 3rd time, "Oh, I got him." Yeah, that was fun to watch. Now, but folks, be very conscious of that. If you get a bite and you miss it, keep the bait coming, and they'll come back and hit it again. Here we go, Dale. Back in the boat again, buddy. He's gonna jump. I put my rod tip down. I don't know.
It's a nice smallie.
Is it?
Stay
Yeah.
with him. Stay with him.
Oh, I am
it's a big
staying with
one.
him.
Who's that? Blake?
Blake, yep. Come on. Blake,
I'll
whoa,
net.
don't jump. There we go. Look at that nice clear water, Dale. I don't want to put too much pressure on him, right, buddy?
No, but I want him in the net.
Oh, is that a beautiful fish, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what, when I listen to the guide, things work out. You know, you and I have been fishing together a long time, and I'm usually going against the grain. But no, I listen to you, that slow retrieve, hitting bottom, and pulling it off a weed too, right?
That's right.
And isn't that a pretty fish?
That's a really nice fish, John. Nice job, man.
And I want to mention too, you guys got any specials coming up for guiding?
Well, what we've got going on, John, is, you know, each year now for over 20 years, I've been teaching school. So September 13th through the 15th, we've got another bass school coming up. And, you know, we did a spring school this year, and it was well attended. We had 28 guests, and thank you, by the way. And then, you know, so this year we're going to do a fall one, so we'll talk about completely different patterns, different techniques, and I share a lot of locations and just tips on how to become better angler.
I agree, and you know what's so cool about it? They come, you give them all your secrets, all your spots, and they get to fish.
Yes, and they go out and do this, you know, all on their own, and we get a lot of husbands, wives, we get a lot of fathers come in with sons or daughters, you know, so it's really something that can be applicable for the entire family.
We were just sitting down getting ready to go. And,
We were enjoying ourselves, weren't we?
Yeah, and you got one on?
Yeah, nice one, John.
No, it's been a fun trip, Chris. And again, Dale pulls these shows out and gets us on fish so good, doesn't he?
For these kind of conditions, you and I were talking before, it's no wind,
Yeah,
blue
I don't know who to
skies, and we are still catching fish.
Hey, there we go. A small one, Dale? No, that's a nice fish there, Chris.
Not bad at all.
No, seriously, we were just sitting here getting ready, putting our rods away, and McGillis says one more cast. That's a nice little fatty there.
Nice job, Chris.
Beautiful fish. Thank you, guys.
Taking a little break in the fishing there, Chris. Good news for McGillis Weimer fans. You guys are expanding, huh?
Yeah, John, we just opened our Kaukauna office not too long ago. So we're up here in the Fox Valley in Appleton. We do cases all over the state. We get calls from clients from, Door County, down to Kenosha, out by La Crosse, Milwaukee area, Madison.
Well, I'll tell you what, buddy, I'm really proud to represent you guys because I know you guys do a great job and are outstanding personal injury lawyers.
Thanks, John. We really appreciate it. We get a lot of comments from your viewers that have watched your show for years, and it's great to connect with them and help them out when they're in a tough time.
What I got for you today, you're going to be excited. Line & Kugel has special flavors this summer. One of them is their fresh brat, okay, which you love.
Right.
But listen to this. They infuse it with Line & Kugel Summer Shandy beer just to get that taste a little bit different and a little bit better. So all you do is put them on the grill, warm them up. I cook them for about 15, 20 minutes and they're good to go. Okay, take a bite, buddy.
Well, here's a great thing though, John.
Yeah.
When you're grilling, who doesn't have a cold adult beverage by them a beer? So kudos to Johnsonville for that, for thinking that. And then taking Line & Kugels and the Summer Shandy. I mean, that's one of the absolute best beers you can be drinking in the summer. It's like lemonade, so I can't wait to taste
Okay,
this.
well, come on. Okay. Well.
Hang on.
Hang on.
The taste buds are dancing a little bit.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you what, that Hinter Summer Shandy in there is awesome.
Oh, well, hey, buddy.
Kudos to Johnsonville, man.
Dale Stroschein guides all of Green Bay on a daily basis. For more information, give Dale a call. That phone number is 920-743-5731, 743-5731. I'm getting too old for this.
So, John, you haven't heard of Brian's Custom Steps?
Oh, Pete, those are awesome. How can I get a set?
Yeah, I love these big no-slip platforms, and they're made right here in Wisconsin.
For more information on Brian's Custom Steps, call 920-315-0333.
Well, thank you for a great trip.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know if we're going to fish yet, but we'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm Blake Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.